It's the Riot Podcast, Thursday, April 20th.
Getting through April, guys. What are we doing here? Not like here, but like, hey, it's already, almost the end of April.
Yeah. April 20th.
Flying by.
So in this podcast, you'll get Deep Al Brendel. They're a new band that we play on Radio U, which some just listen to this podcast. You don't even know we have like music and everything. We are a radio show. So if you want to check out Deep Al Brendel, check out RadioU.com and you can learn more about them also in this interview. Yes.
Today on the interview, today on the podcast, we talked all about grass.
Yeah.
We talked about artificial grass. We talked about sending grass to your exes and if that is appropriate or not.
And, well, it's not just artificial grass, but you can also just hardwood floor, carpet squares. That'd be a good one, but a unique take on getting back at an ex of yours.
We also talked about the national day for today, which is Lookalike Day. A day to talk about our doppelgangers.
Yeah, do you want to hear it?
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Do it.
You want to ruin my day?
Ruin her day. The show's over. She's about to leave anyway.
What is it? I'm going upstairs for 3 meetings.
No, but I'm about to leave.
Oh, there you go. Exactly. You're out of here.
All right, let me look it up. What do we got?
No, you should know what she looks like. It's, I sometimes think you look like Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay,
Depending on,
maybe.
She's gone through a lot of phases, though. So it depends what phase she's in.
Sure.
And how much makeup she's wearing.
I can totally see it.
Yeah, that's the only one that I've come to mind for you.
In some of these photos.
I have seen, I remember I saw an interview with her, and I'm surprised at how short she is, though. Like, she's
short.
extremely short.
She's probably shorter than you.
And I'm not short, so. So, all right, I'll take it. She's very talented.
Yes.
We did a lot of all of our lookalikes. People texted in lookalikes for us as well. We also talked about our death row meal. We talked about what your final meal would be if you were going to die.
A one from so many years ago has just popped back up in the news.
It's
I'm
in
like,
the news.
Is that the biggest calorie-wise meal for a person who is on death row? And it's a weird topic.
Yeah.
Give us one item that would be in yours. One item.
Your last meal?
Your final meal. Just one item, though.
I'm having bread, I'll tell you that.
Mozzarella sticks.
Carbs.
Mozzarella sticks.
Then you said bread. If I can just get a loaf of bread, put me down.
I want fresh artisanal bread.
Got it.
I want a whole pizza with the crust, not a cauliflower crust. I don't want anything. No substitutions.
No substitutions on bread. I want the real thing.
I definitely think mozzarella sticks sounds good. You guys ever wonder, wait, what's yours?
Mine would probably be a Pizookie from BJ's.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's
I
the
need that.
cookie with the ice cream? Yeah.
Or a Grater's mint chocolate chip milkshake. I'll go down that way.
You guys ever wonder why we give people that are about to die a last meal?
I was thinking that same thing.
I think it's a nice thing.
But how nice are we
What
supposed to be?
about
Because they
taking, what? We don't do anything else nice for these death row
Okay,
people.
let's think of it like a compassion thing, because mostly they've just been in jail also for so many years.
Yeah.
And
You don't just go straight to death row.
And so it's
No.
like, this is your last meal that you're going to eat in life, so that's probably why.
I don't know. I feel like we're not that kind.
It is a weird,
I feel like there's a
thing
different
to
reason.
do. It seems like something that we wouldn't do, but I guess they get it. It's kind of wild that you're about to like be killed, and then because this guy, I mean, he just ordered everything.
Yeah.
And they just went out and got it. They treated him like a king for like an hour, which is wild.
It does remind me a little bit like maybe he was just trying to make such a big order that they wouldn't be able to fill it. And so then he's like, you can't kill me until I have my last meal.
Or buying himself some extra time.
Every single last thing on this list. And it's like, sir, this is a truffle that's only found in Ukraine. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Well,
He's
I'm
like,
not-
I want Cane's bread. They're like, sir, we are not within hundreds of miles of a Cane's. He's like, well, you're going to have to go get
waiting.
it. I'll be sitting here in this cell till you find it.
Yeah.
Well, it's an awful thought to think of, but we think of it more in the podcast.
Yeah,
So
we
if
definitely
you want to
do.
add to it, of course, text us at 877-2-RADIO-U. I think a lot of the podcast today has some texting opportunities if you have a thought on something.
And then a big day tomorrow, too. We've got our Krispy Kreme Cookie Blast Collection donut food fight. And that's all you need to know.
Okay, that's
All right.
everything.
See you guys.
Catch you next
Bye-bye.
time.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
I've got a epic death row final meal that is making headlines, even though I'm seeing that this took place a decade ago.
Oh, but people are just talking about it?
Yeah, I don't know why it's back in the news now, but I'm gonna spare you the details about too much about the reason the guy was on death row. I'll just let you know his nickname was the Butcher.
Okay, we'll just move on from that. Let's just focus on the food.
But
Makes sense why he's so good with food.
No.
he made the most of his last meal. All of the stuff in total that he ordered for his last meal, 29,000 calories.
They say they believe it to be the biggest death row meal of all time, but did he eat it all or was he just ordering to order?
It says what we know is that he'd eaten half of his last meal 90 minutes before his execution and tried a bit of everything that he had ordered, but nobody knows from there on did he finish it. It's not actually documented.
You have the whole list?
I've got the list, although it's a little confusing. 1, he got a Pizza Hut medium super supreme deep dish pizza.
All right.
That's mushrooms, onions, jalapeno peppers, and pepperoni. Then he also got a regular size pizza, I guess that's a large, with 3 cheese, olive, bell peppers, tomatoes, garlic, and Italian sausage. That's 2 pizzas.
All right.
He also got
I was just thinking how awful it'd be if you were, like Pizza Hut back then and they're like, oh, take one to the jail. You have no idea where it's going to.
One to the prison.
You don't even know.
Hope I get a good tip on this.
I know. You have no idea what it's involved in the last meal.
He also asked for 10 8-ounce packs of Parmesan cheese.
That's weird.
10 8-ounce packs of ranch dressing.
Well, we understand that one.
1 family-sized pack of Doritos nacho cheese.
Okay.
8-ounce jalapeno nacho cheese and 4 ounces of sliced jalapenos.
That's it, though? That doesn't seem
That's
like...
not that. No, that's not it.
That's not it. Okay.
Although that does seem like that would be a lot of calories just on its own. But with all that, he needs a side. He needs a side dish, of course. And so he also had a supersized order of McDonald's fries with extra ketchup and mayonnaise. Also 2 pints of strawberry ice cream and 2 large strawberry shakes and 2 20-ounce cherry Cokes.
That's a lot.
And that was his final meal.
Wow. It's weird how these things pop back up into stories.
Yeah. Why do you think, I guess my question is, what is the thought process into getting all of that when it's your last meal?
You probably think of everything that you want to try again. I mean, you've been in jail for a long time, so you haven't had any of those foods.
You go with Pizza Hut?
Well, this was back then. Maybe Pizza Hut was a bigger thing.
I don't think Pizza Hut is ever that good, though.
Well, it doesn't have to be good. He just liked it.
It's not about the best food. It's about the comfort food.
Yeah, exactly.
You're about to die.
You just want what you used to remember having.
Mm-hmm.
And why 29,000 calories, though?
That's
because
just
you want to enjoy everything. If I could have as much as I want, I'm going to get everything.
If you felt sick later, it didn't matter.
And he didn't eat all 29,000 either.
You ever think it's when it's Thanksgiving and you eat way too much and then you fall asleep and you're like, I feel so bloated or whatever. I wish I could get some relief. And his relief was
he didn't have to worry about it.
He didn't have to worry about it anymore.
Oh, that must be tough to work around.
Yeah.
Not for him, for everybody who had to work around what goes on with that.
That was my other question. What do you think they did with the leftovers?
Throw it away. You're
threw
not eating his food.
Like any of the guards were like, well, you didn't even touch this pizza.
Nope.
So actually, I didn't have dinner planned for tomorrow. Take this home and save it.
I hope that's not what happened. So thank you for bringing that up as an option. That's wrong.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
You guys seen this thing going around on TikTok? The trend of getting revenge on your ex with artificial grass.
I've not seen this one.
It's questionable of why people would do this, but apparently it all, as so many trends do, just started from one gal that just randomly, I guess she went to a company that sells artificial turf for your yard. And so she went on there and they will send you free samples.
Mm-hmm.
And so she requested a free sample, but to send it to her ex.
Yeah.
And got it to send to him. And then she showed him texting her asking, yo, did you send, because you're the only one with my address, did you send me artificial grass in the mail?
And then what does she respond?
And she just kind of lets it go. Like, why would I do that?
She said, who's this? That's the best.
That's
she
good.
said, who is this?
Excuse me, who's this? Like, you don't have his number anymore.
Yeah. So then it's caught on and other people are doing it, and they're doing not just with the artificial grass, but they're also doing it with flooring as well.
Oh, that's great.
And so
what a weird thing.
Yeah. Do you think it's so getting revenge on your ex with artificial grass. Do we like it or not like it?
I think it's pretty harmless, but boy, if you were redoing something and like they got the flooring spot on,
Yeah.
I think it'd be great. Send some flooring samples.
I could use some grass.
Yeah, you want some
I have
real-
some spots
You're
that
gonna
I
have
could
to
fill in.
break a woman's heart then.
And then
easy
make
enough.
sure you talk to her like during the dating time of like your real grass. That
Got it,
way
yes.
she's
Yeah.
not sending artificial stuff.
Oh, no, you could be, if you really want to set this up, you go on a date and whatever, you start talking to a gal, whatever, and the whole time you're like, man, I hate this artificial turf. I just hate it. I see these yards getting turned into artificial turf.
It just makes me sick.
It grinds my gears. This is America where we have beautiful, luscious lawns. We don't go with artificial turf. And then you break up with her, and then boom.
What do I get in the mail?
You get a sample of artificial turf.
Sounds perfect.
Even though you could just request one of these.
On your own.
But
That's
if you
true.
if you break up with enough people,
You can have a whole
eventually get
yard.
enough for a whole yard.
You
I think
could.
that's fantastic. They say it's not uncommon to send things to ex's house when you're upset, but this is a new one.
There's
And the real winners are these artificial grass companies who are surprised at the support they're getting.
I think it makes some sense. The grass isn't always greener on the other side.
And they also
maybe that's
say
what it is.
like snakes, like in the grass. Like you're just a snake. So
Makes
they're
sense.
just doing it.
I don't. If I broke up with somebody, I would not think that much about it.
That's what I was
What
thinking
does this
too.
grass signify that they're sending me?
The,
But
the one company said they were so confused because they had to send out over 2,000 samples of artificial grass. And like, why is this suddenly so popular?
yeah, and people are putting crazy names on them, of course, that they're supposed to be sent to. So, but it's a thing. It's a long-standing thing. There's even companies that are completely really about sending random stuff to your exes that usually is supposed to insult them in some way. But this is, you know what? The companies are taking it all in stride. These grass companies that think it's going to work out okay for them.
You'd think that
maybe-
they would be like, they're probably like upset, like, why are our sales not equating to
Corresponding,
how many free samples we're giving out? This doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think I'd like a hardwood floor sample, something like that. Maybe a nice vinyl. See what you send.
Well, go on the luxury flooring website
And see what,
and you can request a free sample.
what works.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
I do apologize if I sound a little distracted right there. I was just filling out my claim to get my money from Facebook.
They're doing a lawsuit or something?
Yeah, they just had a settlement reached against them from a class action lawsuit. So Facebook now owes us as American Facebook users in total $725 million.
Which means we each get a dime.
We get something. And so if you go ahead and you can text the show at 8772-RADIO-U. We'll send you the link so that you can get what Facebook owes you.
But they're not saying yet what you might get.
Well, I can tell you how many Facebook users there are total.
in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
How many?
2.96 billion.
But not everybody will sign up for the claim.
No, nowhere close, right?
And most of it goes to the lawyers anyways.
Yeah.
It's
so
never to the person wronged.
it's anybody in the United States who used Facebook within the last 16 years, between May 24th of 2007 and December 22nd of 2022. If you logged into Facebook one single time in the United States in that course of time, you are eligible for compensation.
Even if like a lot of people have deleted their Facebook, they just don't use it anymore.
Yep.
Even if you were a user during that time period, you can still get a settlement thing, and they want to know what payment service you prefer: PayPal, Venmo, prepaid MasterCard. That's how they'll be sending everything out.
And you can fill this out today. You do have to do it before August 25th of this year. But obviously, you're not going to be able to get your money until at least that time, but it will be some further time, much longer after that, when they finally process everything. But hey, you know what? They owe you. They owe me.
Nice.
I filled out my thing. The hardest part of it is deciding how I want them to pay me.
What did you go with? Prepaid MasterCard?
It was tough because check wasn't an option. And
Why would you want to check?
Because it feels so good to get something in the mail like that. It's just like, oh,
73 cents. Thank goodness. Let me go cash this right now.
Yeah, you get this thing from, it's like, what? Because by the time that comes, you don't remember that you even filled this out.
They're not offering checks.
Yeah, they're not offering checks. So since they didn't offer that, then it was prepaid MasterCard. And I was like, well, if it was a meaningful amount of money, like it was over $20, then maybe, because I could get that same feeling of getting a thing in the mail I wasn't expecting and it's money. But it'll be hard to use like $3 on a prepaid MasterCard.
It'll be fine.
So I just went Zelle. Is what I went with.
Great. Give them access to. No, just teasing.
Yeah.
That's all your stuff.
To your privacy.
No fees on Zelle, though. So
That's all right.
That's a nice positive.
All right. Well, you shouldn't tell everybody, though, because, again, the more
That's
people
right.
that
I should
sign
keep this
up
to myself.
for the Facebook settlement, then the less everybody will get. So
Yeah.
they were not telling anybody how much you could possibly get.
It sounds like you guys are skeptical, so that's fine.
No, sometimes I just
more
hate
for me.
I hate filling these things out because you do feel like there's some sort of scam involved with the lawsuit.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to start emailing you things.
Yeah.
They're going to get your email in there, and then all of a sudden they're going to start emailing you.
No, they
and
got
it's-
your Zelle.
Yeah, they got your Zelle. They're going to send you text messages.
Oh, they're going to send me more money now?
Oh, yeah,
They're going to
that's
send
it.
you text messages saying, "Oh yeah, look at our newest line that just came out of whatever it is."
All right, don't sign up. More money for me.
Yeah. You can live rich off what you get.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
Now, did you see this wild? It was basically like an internal, virtual town hall meeting, but it's the clips from it are making the rounds. It's the CEO of a company called ClearLink, based out of Utah.
Oh, it was the one guy.
Yeah, this one guy.
If you're a CEO of a company, how about you just never do
shut up, just shut up, just don't say anything.
Every time they do some sort of like all members like meeting or something or a Zoom and they're the CEO, they just don't know how to not say something
They
wrong.
wind up looking like psychopaths.
Yeah.
That's what this guy absolutely does. The top clip is him. So the part of the reason they were having this is because they are now ending work from home for this company. They are forcing all the employees to now return to the office in person. And of course, a lot of employees not especially pleased about that. But he was praising one of the employees who sold the family dog because they would no longer be able to care for it. But he sold the dog so that he could come back to work.
Like he said that, oh, look, this person's amazing.
Yeah.
They did this. That made it seem like
He
they're
said-
more of a team player.
These are the sacrifices that are being made. Yeah, like you should sell your dog.
Don't let Jim hear this.
Yeah, right.
No way.
Dang, that'd be a tough choice if it was Zafira or Radio U.
What would you
What would I
choose?
choose?
Well, you would choose your dog and just bring her to work. Like any
You know
other
what?
place would.
If Radio U was making me make that choice, then I think they've made the choice for me. haven't
They have. Exactly, they have.
Well, again, anytime these CEOs of these companies, and we don't know these companies, but they just get on and they'll do some sort of meeting, and it really shows how out of touch they are.
That's what I was thinking.
And it wasn't just because you're a CEO. It just seems like as a human being,
Yeah.
they're very out of touch.
The dog thing, I don't even think is the worst thing that he says in here. He sounds unhinged as a guy. It sounds like he eats, sleeps, and breathes work, which is one thing. But when you're basically expecting everybody else to do that too, that's you're coming across as insane. The other thing that I think is probably more egregious is he basically was saying that you can't take care of children. You can't be a primary caregiver or a single mother
And work.
also meet your expectations at work, which maybe means your expectations are too high at work. If people can't, do normal things like have a family and also have a job, maybe this job is too crazy.
He accused people of quiet quitting. Apparently, back on April 3rd, an email went out for the entire company. They saying that people who lived within a 50-mile radius of the company's new headquarters would be required to come into the office 4 days a week with limited exceptions starting a few days ago.
Dang, what a lunatic.
Well, I can only imagine his handlers are probably just like in the background, like, get him off. Stop it. It's getting worse. Stop doing it.
You want to get mad about people quiet quitting.
Oh.
I think you might have a lot of people actually quitting.
Yeah, you have a CEO who's not quite getting it.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U. Radio U.
National Lookalike Day.
It is.
It is. And so I think it's time to find out who we look alike.
Oh, for doppelgangers?
Yeah, who would our doppelganger? Who is this? I guess it would have to be a celebrity, unless you happen to know somebody that looks like one of us.
Don't you feel like that can be a sensitive subject? Like if you don't feel like the person
I
looks
promise
like
I will not be insulted.
You're not going to be mad?
Yeah.
Have you ever?
There's nothing you can do to hurt me.
Have you come across someone before? Like I met someone once. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you look just like my friend," and like then they go through this whole thing. They're convincing you like you're doppelgangers, and then she showed me a picture, and I was like, "I don't think that looks like me."
I've got
Actually,
this is so good.
Can I be honest? I am always afraid if I see somebody that looks like somebody else,
You'll get it wrong.
I know that I never want to tell them about it if it's a woman, because I feel like I could, like, if you just, like, what if it's a woman that's like, just, you don't want to look like her.
Sure.
I think guys could handle it. I feel like women might be more likely to get insulted. And then two, if it's any person that's not white, because I don't want to be, oh, you think
There
I
you
look like
go.
this other Asian person, racist. I don't want either of those things to happen. So
Smart thinking.
I never say it.
It's
But
a
you can say anything about me. That's fine.
It's a delicate day.
Yeah.
Well,
but-
Isaiah, what do you think he
yeah,
looks
you
like?
got some?
I'll get one. You saying for Hudson?
Yeah, what do you think?
I've got a really good one for Hudson. I think this is accurate. You guys may not. I think he looks like Jace Robertson.
Jace Robertson?
Yes.
Who's that? Is that
Jace
from Duck
Robertson is
Dynasty?
from Duck Dynasty. And I think Hudson has very many photos.
How do you spell that?
Where they look similar. It's
That's not
J-A-S-E.
fair. That's just because he has a beard.
J-A-S-E Robertson. If you're driving in the
No.
car, don't Google it.
I don't know if face-wise that looks, but like
Come
beard-wise and
on.
hair-wise it does. And he
Come
always wears a
on.
hat.
Yeah.
He's much older than I am.
I'm just saying, you guys share a lot of similar characteristics.
No.
Is he 53? Yes.
I don't look like every person with a beard that wears a hat.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Apparently
you
I
do.
Because your main
No.
characteristics are beard, hat, long hair. This guy,
No.
beard, hat, long hair.
He looks like the singer Crowder. You always remind like Crowder with the beard
If
when
I
he
had
went.
the glasses.
David Crowder?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you went through your really long beard phase,
Uh-huh.
you think you look like him.
Yeah, I can see that one. And I know because my brother does wear glasses and he has a longer beard.
And he looks like
and
him?
longer hair than me. And we think he looks exactly like that guy. So, yeah.
See,
I
this
can
is
see
how you
that.
get offended because
But I'm not offended.
Isaiah feels like you look like a 53-year-old.
Yeah.
Hey, you say David Crowder's 51 years old, Nikki. Same
Well, he looks
deal.
great. He looks great.
Well, maybe it's just because older guys can grow beards to mask like how old they are.
Yeah, I'm not insulted. I just don't think I do look like Jace Robertson. But for anybody else, we text in at 8772 Radio U, the Riot hotline, and let us know.
Don't do me. I'm too fragile.
I know another
'cause
one that, because if we're just doing people that are bearded with long hair,
Yeah,
I
let's
mean,
name more
we
people
could
with
just say
beards.
Jason Momoa if you would rather have a better comp.
Now we're talking.
And Hudson's like, you know what? This doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't he also in his 50s?
Yeah, well, you know what? But Jason Momoa kind of has a different feel of
I don't
50.
care how old he is.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
But our eyes are different colors, though.
Yeah.
Definitely different
Yeah.
colors.
It is National, it's Doppelganger Day. So if there is someone that you feel like someone looks like, feel free to text in at 8772 Radio U, and then we can look through and decide if we agree.
All right, we'll take text next, and I think we should all think about who we've gotten said that we look like before as well.
Sure.
The Riot Radio U.
It is National Lookalike Day, and so we're trying to figure out who our lookalikes are. Who are I guess it would have to be celebrities that you think we look like. You can find our pictures because, we're on the radio. You might not have ever known what we
What do
look
we look like?
On the Radio U Riot Facebook page or YouTube channel or at Radio U Official on TikTok and Instagram. You can see us all there.
So Tim said for him, at least growing up, everybody said he looked like Napoleon Dynamite in middle school, and he
Does
hated
he?
it.
Did he send a picture with that? Or?
Oh, yeah, Tim, you need to send a picture.
Yeah, we'll be the judges of that.
So coming for Hudson's options,
Did I get a lot?
Hudson has has a lot of beards and long hair. So I feel like the athlete section
Hey,
is where you
I'll
should be
take
going
it.
to. So Mark sent in that he said you might not like it, but it is number 93 center for the Rangers. His name is Mika. He is a Swedish hockey player, and I think he looks like you
I think he looks like you too.
He does. So.
There's one photo where he looks just like you.
Hey, you know what? She's
You'll
really
take it?
good.
Yeah.
So, although it may be a little insulting, he's not the best looking guy.
No, he's
He's
fine.
not.
I think he looks fine.
He's all right. So I don't
And-
know. But yeah, I can see it.
Everybody else, though, you're way younger. Everybody else, for all the other guys, were like in their 50s. This guy's only 30.
Yeah,
so
there we
you're
go.
still younger.
All right. Swedish hockey player. That's not bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah. To anybody else? Or I have ones for you guys.
Let's see. I'm going through everybody, but I want to read them first before I just say it out loud. Let's see. Justin was saying when he was little, he was told he looked like the kid from that old Sixth Sense movie.
Haley
Do you remember?
Joel Osment.
That would be the one. Yeah.
I like the
I
one.
think a lot of kids look like Haley Joel Osment too.
I like the one that
So.
Davey sent in. He said, my wife has had waiters legitimately ask her if she is the actress that plays Deb from the show Dexter. And then he shot a side-by-side that actually looks like they do look very familiar.
That
They
means
look
that
very
Davey
similar.
gets it enough to where they have the side-by-side ready.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is spot on.
So, Isaiah, you ready for yours? The first one that jumped to mind.
Yes.
It's for me was disgraced Ohio State offensive coordinator Brian Hartline.
You think Brian Hartline?
He's
Brian
definitely
Hartline.
older than you, but Nikki, look at the third picture. The third picture that comes up.
No.
He looks just like Isaiah 10 years
Interesting.
from now.
No, I don't think
You think an
so.
older me, possibly?
Yeah.
My future.
You're
could look like.
definitely younger and younger than
I think
Brian Hartline.
I think he sculpts his beard similar.
Yeah. Is he like your style icon? Because you look very similar.
He copies after me.
But I
Oddly
feel
enough.
like we could pick any bachelor or sort of like from a dating show. When someone becomes
Bearded
a
guy.
celebrity from that, you would probably fit with that.
Yeah.
The ones that I have gotten in the past, two different ones. And I don't really see either of them, but these are ones that people have said. One of them is James Franco. Mm-hmm. He just has a beard and he has dark hair. So that,
Maybe, you know what? I think if you shave the beard off and had like
The,
a really light mustache,
yes.
maybe.
If I look kind of grungy,
Yeah.
then I a little dirtier, I would look like James Franco.
Uh-huh.
And the other one, this is the one I've gotten the most. This has happened to me anytime that I've went on a trip. In the past year and a half, since I grew up my beard, I think it's only because of the beard, but in the past year and a half, I've gotten this probably like 4 or 5 times. Every time I'm on vacation in the summertime, I get Bad Bunny every single time. Every single time.
Because of the beard.
It's because he has a dark beard, and that's the
Yeah.
only reason why. And I don't know why every single time I went on vacation, and I'm always really tan in the summertime, but I always get Bad Bunny. I don't
That's
know
funny.
why.
Maybe if you get your ears pierced.
And if I looked wild.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny looks wild.
I just like that with you guys, it's all just about your beards.
It
That
is.
just
It's like
really
the main.
morphs who you look like.
The main characteristic.
The one I've gotten more than others is Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which
Shia LaBeouf.
I consider a
During his
compliment.
good times. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I consider that. I'm fine looking like him.
Nene
Shia
says he
LaBeouf.
always gets Will Smith.
I can
Thank
see
you,
it.
Nene.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
well,
looking at Shia LaBeouf photos now.
Just to see if he looks like him
I can see it.
Well, if
There's
anybody
this one right
else-
here. It looks a lot like you.
from the younger.
Okay.
No, this one, Nikki.
Yes.
He's got his long beard. I
Yeah.
didn't even know he ever looked like that.
You just need some more
Yeah.
tattoos. And
You never seen the song about Shia LaBeouf?
Mm-mm.
You gotta look that up.
So
I'll look it
today is again look-alike day. So that's if you think you have a doppelganger, today's the day to figure out who it is.
Yeah, that's right. Nikki, what do you get normally?
I get a lot of times they'll meet me and they'll be like, "Hey, you look like this person I listen to on the radio."
And you're like, no
And
way.
I'm like, "Guess what? I am her."
You're like,
Wow.
is she cute?
That's who I get the most. But outside of that, I don't know if I have a doppelganger.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.